Welcome back to Kris versus Everybody. This is a podcast where I talk about anything and everything, unedited, uncensored. This podcast is brought to you by the Crisscross Studios YouTube channel. Go ahead and click subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified of new episodes. Thank you for your support. All right. Today, I'm recording this on October 15th, 2025. 2 weeks into Donald Trump's third government shutdown. This is the first in his second term. In his first term, he had two. He is the president with the most shutdowns. So Donald Trump is getting a lot of records for being one of the worst presidents in American history, if not the worst, worse than James Buchanan. And that's saying a lot. Now, why is the government shut down this time? Now, it is due to, of course, failure to pass funding, which are, the appropriate word is the appropriations by the deadline, which the fiscal year for the federal government is October 1st. Before then, Congress must pass appropriation bills to fund the government and the operations keeping the government going. When those bills don't get passed, which they're signed by Congress and given to the president, a funding gap occurs and a shutdown is triggered. Now, in 2025, one of the main sticky points to both parties, Democrat and Republican, is healthcare. Now, the Democrats are insisting funding legislation that includes extensions of the healthcare and health insurance subsidies under the Affordable Care Act and protections for Medicaid, which most hospitals, most seniors, most people who don't have insurance under the ACA get their protections from, to pay for things like hospital visits, preventive care, emergency room visits, etc. Now, the Republicans, on the other hand, who currently in October 2025 control both chambers of Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate, they want to pass a clean funding bill, which means forget all the Medicaid, forget all the subsidies under the ACA, because what they really want to do is get rid of Obamacare, which is what the ACA is. They want to get a clean funding bill, get rid of the subsidies, get rid of those things protecting Medicaid. And that is what's keeping the government from working. Now, I will agree with Fox News, Donald Trump, Mike Johnson, J.D. Vance, and a lot of other right-wing media puppets that the Democrats are causing this shutdown. However, the Democrats are causing a shutdown because the Republicans want to get rid of people's protections under the Affordable Care Act. If they take these protections away, millions of people will be without health care. And yes, this is millions of people without health care with the upcoming holiday season coming up. So when people say, oh, it's the Democrats keeping this, yeah, you're damn right it is. Because the Republicans and Donald Trump do not have the American people as their priority. We saw it earlier this week. He is not even in the United States right now. He is signing, quote unquote, ceasefire deals in Israel. The enhanced health insurance subsidies, which were expanded during the COVID era, are set to expire unless they are extended. The Democrats are demanding Republicans include that extension in any continuing resolution to reopen the government. So what the Democrats are doing, they are fighting for the American people's health insurance. They're fighting for people's preventive care. They're fighting for people's health. While the Republicans are saying, no, we don't want Obamacare anymore. We don't want people to have protections. We don't want people to have health care. We don't want people to go to the hospital with ease. We don't want people to just live their life in America. We're supposed to be the freest country in the world, but one party doesn't want people to have health insurance. And that's why the government is shut down right now. Both Republican leaders, including the Senate Majority Leader, have said they will not negotiate on subsidies until after the reopening, after they've taken away things from people, insisting on a clean continuing resolution first. Even the Vice President, J.D. Vance, has attacked the ACA and credited it as fraud and waste. They said it was a rhetorical move to justify refusal to extend them unless reforms accompany the extension, which means you want people to lose their health care, but they don't have any backup plan. They don't have any other way to give people health care. They just say, we just want to get rid of things that say Obama or things that Obama did, extend it through Joe Biden. It's just crazy. If you want to be a good party, Republicans, extend the ACA. Be a party for the American people. Make America great again by giving more people health care. It's crazy. This is arguably the centerpiece of this standoff. Many Americans depend on those subsidies. Democrats are refusing to vote to reopen without them, and Republicans are pushing to decouple them from the budget process. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the last three government shutdowns were because the Republican Party tried to be slick and undermine the American people by stripping them of their most basic human right, health care, by stripping them of a comfortable cost of living. Some GOP members demand steep spending cuts, including rollbacks of the Biden-era programs. And let's just go over those Biden-era programs because some people just forgot. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act of 2021, which includes $1.2 trillion for roads, bridges, broadband, and clean energy. The Inflation Reduction Act, hundreds of billions of dollars towards clean energy incentives, electric vehicle tax credits, and climate resilience. They also want to get rid of the student loan relief and forgiveness plans. They also want to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, like I said before, and that's why this standoff is happening right now. And also, they want to get rid of childcare, education, and mental health programs. So they don't want to give people health care. They don't want to take away the mental health programs. They don't want to take away the education. They don't want to take away childcare. They just don't want Americans to be free anymore. Sounds like the Republican Party just needs they just need to just go away, because all they're doing is making America worse and not making America great. If you want, like I said earlier, if you want to make America great, add on to what Obama and Biden did, Trump. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Don't get rid of the stuff that's making people happy. So when far-right House Republicans block spending bills, they're often damaging or demanding cuts or rollbacks just to stop progress. The Republican side seems to view this as an opportunity to permanently eliminate or scale back Biden-era programs rather than simply withholding funding temporarily. Many of these programs target low-income folks, which doesn't just mean people in blue states. Okay, MAGA, it means people in red states because they affect them more since there's less hospitals in red states than blue states. They target students, people who are poor and are getting an education because now we can't get student loan forgiveness. So now we're just broke for the rest of our lives. Or public media access. What gets cut now may not return. So that's why the Democrats are trying to make sure that the American people are covered for the next fiscal year. We've already seen Trump's administration say oops to a lot of things they just did. And it's been since January, folks. We're only 10 months in. So please don't be mad at me for calling out bullshit now when it's going to cost millions of people across this beautiful country their livelihoods. You know, every time this country is shut down, it's not about politics. It's about priorities. When countries and Congress, specifically the Congress of these United States, when they can't agree on how to fund the government, it's not some abstract fight in Washington. It's federal workers missing paychecks. It's families waiting on benefits, soldiers wondering if they'll get paid, and Americans everywhere seeing their leaders argue while their rent is due. And here's the wild part. This shutdown isn't because we're broke. The United States has money. They just sent $20 billion to Argentina to save their government. The issue is how we choose to spend it and who we choose to fight for. Right now, the government's shut down because lawmakers can't agree on whether to keep funding things like affordable health care, clean energy jobs, education programs, and support for working families, all while billions still flow into corporate subsidies, tax breaks for the wealthy, and defense contractors that never miss a payment. So let's be honest. This isn't a shutdown caused by Democrats or Republicans alone. It's caused by leaders who value political theater over progress. It's caused by politicians who would rather pick fights over immigration, culture wars, and Biden-era programs than to sit down and actually fix what's broken in this country. And while they play games, everyday Americans, nurses, teachers, veterans, small business owners are the ones paying the price. So when election time comes in 2026, we have to remember this moment. Truly remember it, because the last two times the government shut down under Trump, people just forgot about that and put him back in office. So please vote for people who believe the government should work, not shut down. Vote for candidates who value solutions over slogans. People who understand that compromise isn't weakness, it's leadership. Vote for ones who actually show up to govern, not just go viral. Because a country that shuts down every time parties disagree isn't leading the world, it's falling behind it. It's time to stop rewarding chaos and start electing competence. America doesn't need another shutdown. America needs a wake-up call, and it starts at the ballot box. So please, in 2026, get these idiots out of Congress. Because it's the people in Congress that's causing this shutdown, not Donald Trump. Get these guys out of here. Vote for people who are going to have you in mind. People who actually want to see this country get better. The people who actually want to see this country become great again. And that's been another episode of the Kris versus Everybody podcast. please go to chriscrosscorner.com and get a Black Excellence hoodie, t-shirt, Detroit Strikes Back hoodie or t-shirt, some Crisscross Corner gear, and more. Link is in the description below. Please follow, like on YouTube, follow and listen to the podcast also on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Music. Please listen to the show, share the show with everybody. We're trying to get people to understand that politics is not a game. Politics is very serious. Okay? If you want to be serious, join the cause. Subscribe and like on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Buy a t-shirt on chriscrosscorner.com. See y'all next time.